born April 16th, 1975 at 6:30 p.m. And y'all all wonder why I'm not a day person, because I was born in the evening. But anyway, shout out to my boy MD. Y'all keep MD lifted up in prayer. He's good, but we all go through things, and even I'm going through things. So we're gonna do a little few things different today, just cause it's my birthday and I feel like doing stuff different. Shout out to our producers today, Taylor and Gabe. So they holding it down with me today on my birthday. I'm just so excited. I've been pampering myself all day, y'all. And y'all know I don't know how to sit down. But today, I actually disconnected from everything. And I went and got my hair done. Don't y'all like it? Y'all like the color? I love y'all. All right, so it's my birthday. And we not going to do no whole bunch of birthday stuff. But it's my birthday, y'all. It's my birthday. I'm just really excited about my birthday. And I left dinner tonight with family and friends, and we had a good time over at Dick's. And I did not warn people before we went. Have y'all ever gone to Dick's? I did not warn people. And so I really did enjoy it, but I really enjoyed it because I love seeing people's reactions. Because when you go to Dick's, they are supposed to be sarcastic and rude. That's why they call it Dicks. But we went, we had a good time. And then we had key lime pie, which was demolished. And we had cupcakes. And then I dropped the cupcakes. Epic fail for my crew tonight. I'm so sorry. I have to bring out some more.
That's a shame. I can't believe it.
I know. Rest in peace for the cupcakes.
I'm going to call you Adrian Peterson. Because you keep fumbling.
Yeah, I've been fumbling all day. All day. But
happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You know.
I'm 49.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a blessing.
It's a blessing, and that shit hit hard today. I was like, I'm almost 50.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But thank you,
don't
Lord.
Count.
Huh?
It almost don't count.
I know, because then I started thinking about how many people don't even reach 49.
Yeah.
And how many people in my peer group don't even reach the birthday. Mm-hmm. So I am just super excited. I've been serenaded today. I've been loved on today. I've been pampered today. And I actually got on a dress today, y'all, for real, a dress. So we going to get into the show. Today we're talking about debt management. And hold on, y'all, I wouldn't normally do this, but this is the queen calling. So y'all gonna hear my mama real quick. I'm sorry. Yes, mommy.
Hey, baby, I'm home.
Okay, she let me know she home. Say hi, mommy.
Hi, everybody.
You're on the air, okay?
Oh, okay. All righty.
Okay. I'll call you after the show. I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oops, I didn't mean to cut her off. Sorry about that, guys, but the queen was checking in, and the queen takes precedent over everybody. Okay, so it's Financial Literacy Month, and we have been devoting the month to talking about all things related to financial health. So, Gabe, any takeaways from this month so far?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me that I took away is finding a financial advisor to kind of help you and walk you through getting your finances in order. Mm-hmm. I know for me, I've done a lot independently, and I've tried to learn how to budget on my own, and I feel like I could make some bigger strides with my finances if I had somebody in my corner to kind of guide me through it. So that was my biggest takeaway from everything this month so far.
Okay. What about you, Miss Taylor?
Well, I just hopped in on this, so what I remember from last stream um, I guess a couple streams. I might have missed one. Was kind of preparing to get debt free. You know, sometimes you gotta do some things you're not ready to do yet to do what needs to be done.
Yep.
I'm kind of taking that in stride and using those. And I am young and I have the time, and I just got to be focused and dedicated, and we'll get there.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that you have the time and you have to be focused and dedicated. Y'all, I don't care how old you are. We can all get our financial houses in order. Like if you are breathing, you still have time. Your clock is not done yet. You still have time to refocus your efforts and get your financial houses in order. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. I did not start focusing until my 40s. So you still have time. I told y'all last week that over the last year, the Queen and I, between the two of us, have paid off about 8 or 9 debt accounts. And so that's going to lead us into our discussion tonight is debt management. And we're going to talk about what debt management is, what it means to actually practice debt management, some tips and tools to do debt management. You can always go and hire people to do it, but you can do it for yourself. So we'll give you a little tips and tools today for your takeaway in how to approach debt management and paying off the debts. So sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy this show. We want you guys to interact with us, and we'll be right back after this break.
Who's hot, who not? Tell me who rock, who sell out in the stores. You tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who jewels got blocks, who mostly Gucci down to the blue top. The same old pimp, Mace, you know ain't nothing changed but my limp. Can't stop till I see my name on the blimp. Guarantee me and shells pull a level up. You don't believe in Harlem World, nigga, double up. We don't play around, it's a bet, lay it down. Niggas didn't know me 91, bet they know me now. I'm the young Harlem nigga with the Goldie sound. Can't no PD, niggas hold me down. Cooler, school me to the game, now I know my duty. Stay humble, stay low, blow like Woody. True pimp, niggas spin no dough on the booty. And when you yell, there go Mace, there go your cutie. See me die than to see me fly. I call all the shots, rip all the spots, rock all the rocks, cop all the drops. I know you thinking now when all the ball is stopped. Nigga never home, gotta call me on the yacht. 10 years from now, we'll still be on top. Yo, I thought I told you that we won't stop. Now what you gonna do with a crew that got money much longer than yours, and a team much stronger than yours? Violate me, this'll be your day. We don't play, mess around, be DOA, be on your way. Cause it ain't enough time here, ain't enough lime here for you to shine here. Deal with many women, but treat down's fair. And I'm bigger than the city lights down in Times Square. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No info for the DEA. Federal agents mad cause I flagrant tap myself and the phone in the basement. My team supreme, stay clean. Triple beam, miracle dream. I be that. Catch a seat at all events bent. Jackson holsters, girls on shoulders. Playboy, I told ya, being Mike to me, bruise too much, I lose too much. Step on stage, the girls boo too much. I guess it's cause you run with lame dudes too much. Me lose my touch, never that. If I did, ain't no problem to get the gap where the true players at. Throw your rollies in the sky, waving side to side, and keep your hands high while I give your girl an eye. Play it please, lyrically, nigga C, B.I.G.B. flossing, jig on the cover of Fortune, 500. Here's my phone number, your man, I got the know, I got the dough, got the flow down, pizzazz, platinum plus, like this Zizak, dangerous on Trizak, leave your ass pizzazz.
And we're back. Okay, guys. What's up? What's up? All right. Hey, cousin Sherry. Hey, cuz Joy. Thank y'all for joining. Is that MD? Who is he?
Say hello.
Hello? MD! Is that MD?
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Do your thing, girl, do your thing.
No, do our thing. Hey, MD. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, girl?
You feeling good?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay, good, because I'm sitting up here enjoying this carrot cake on the air. It sure is good.
Ooh, okay, don't hurt yourself.
I'm not. I'm being good. I actually had a healthy dinner, but this carrot cake cupcake is bomb. I'm just saying.
I got you. Okay, cool.
Okay, so MD here, y'all. Yay! All right. Okay, so MD, we've already said what we've been taking away. You want to tell us what we're taking away, what you've taken away so far?
This is another caller.
Hello.
Who is
Hello?
this?
Who is this?
I don't know. Who is this? You just called into my podcast.
You should recognize my voice. And I don't appreciate the fact that Maurice beat me to it. Why was I dialing the number at the same time he ringing in to say, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Is this my
You
cousin?
don't know this voice?
I don't. Is this my
This
cousin?
is Katrina.
Katrina. I'm like, I don't know this voice. That's not my cousin from Houston. Wait a minute.
Katrina,
Hey, Miss
MD's
Katrina.
friend Katrina.
This is
Yes,
Dr.
Katrina.
Katrina.
Miss Franks.
This is
Dr.
Dr.
Franks.
This is Dr. Katrina. Hey, Dr. Katrina.
Happy birthday, girl.
Thank you, honey. And I can't wait to see you next month. I'm so excited.
I'm excited, too. I'm
Like,
excited.
Y'all don't understand. Dr. Katrina came in here and blessed us so
Listen.
much. Oh, my God.
You know what? I'm finna hang up the phone. Gabe, get her.
You
I
can't
got her, I
hang
got
up.
her.
It's my birthday. I told y'all we was gonna do things different in here, and thank you, Cuzzo. I was trying to channel you, and the sneaks look real good with this dress. It's actually a dress, Joy, not a top. I channeled you today, girl, and I got on your sneaks. It looked real good.
You did that.
I did that
You did
today.
that.
Y'all be proud of me. I actually look like a girl.
Looking real cute. Look, I see the hair. You look color coded the hair and the top.
Yes.
The dress.
Yes, so The hair is by Kelsey. From not William Edge. I'm sorry,
Love it.
Tangerine Salon, which is an Aveda salon, because y'all know I'm an Aveda girl. Yeah, I'm shouting out to different folks today. And the key lime pie was made by Chef K, and
Ooh.
Chef K did that. I'll have to bring y'all some key lime pie later because it was decimated at dinner.
Yeah, bring that in May.
And I sure will. And then the cupcakes were made by the Cake Republic and Miss Metasol. And so, and baby, people make cupcakes and they don't be moist. When I tell y'all this cupcake is moist, and that cream cheese buttercream icing, it's gonna do wonders on y'all soul. And it is carrot cake without coconut.
We can tell it's blessing you. Look, we can tell it's blessing you by the way you looking.
It is. It is so good. It is so good.
Oh my God.
And shout out to our drink place for this tea, because this tea is working wonders on my voice today. So, okay, but for real, y'all.
Yes. I'm so glad you're having a great day. You
I am
deserve it.
having an awesome day, y'all. It has been a great day. But we still going to focus on this topic tonight, even though we're going to have some birthday fun.
Let me let you get to work. All right, Gabe. On camera in May.
Oh, yeah. Yes, ma'am. I
She
got
will,
you. I got you.
Dr.
I got
Katrina, y'all. Dr. Katrina.
And I'm out. Y'all have a good one.
Bye,
All right, you
doctor.
too.
Oh my God, that was so sweet. Okay, now back to our topic at hand. Hi, Miss Beverly. I see you. I hope you approve. I wish I could show y'all the whole outfit because it really is cute. Hey, cousin Terrence. Okay, now back to our debt management topic tonight. Okay, so do you guys even know what debt management is?
Yes.
Okay, give me your definition, Gabe.
Managing debt.
You gonna make me spit out this tea. Managing debt.
but,
Maurice, come get him.
In all seriousness, debt management is essentially, from my understanding, is setting aside the right amount of money in order to cover your debts every month, along with your regular income, and making sure that your numbers are in the right place.
Okay, you want to make sure your numbers in the right place and you have the money to cover your debt each month, debt and expenses. Okay, Miss Taylor, you want to take a stab? You can say no.
I mean, I guess kind of the same, kind of making sure that your debts aren't drowning you, and you're able to do what needs to be done without getting overwhelmed.
Okay. So the definition from Investopedia is that debt management is the process of planning your debt liabilities and repayments. Okay. So just like you both were, because again, we've been talking about how do you make sure that you have money to take care of your assets, your liabilities, and everything in between. So when you're looking at debt management, you want to make sure that you have enough income coming in to meet all of those expenses. And part of your expenses should be whatever liability account or debt accounts that you have created for yourselves. So do you want to know how? There's like a 3-step process basically to debt management. Number one, you want a budget. So we've been talking about the importance of sitting down and creating a monthly budget. And the recommendations on creating your monthly budget have been, do 1 month of tracking your expenses in real time. So like actually writing down everything that you're spending each month. And so then what you want to do is when you track it for 1 month live, you want to take those expenses and then you want to categorize them. So, rent, utilities, debt accounts, and I don't like miscellaneous columns, but in that miscellaneous column should be everything like entertainment, all of that extra stuff we do. And then you can see exactly what is being spent on rent and mortgage, what's been spent on utilities like water, gas, electric, cell phone, cable, TV, stuff like that, food, groceries, car. And when you have your car, you want to make sure you account for car maintenance, your car notes, and your car insurance. And then I would put the gas under that category too. But once you track in real time, then you'll understand the categories that you're spending and how much you're spending in those categories. And part of the budgeting is also doing the 50-30-20 rule, but we kind of said last week that we were more comfortable with 75-15-10. So 75% of your income should be going to those things in your budget that are necessary. 15% should be going to investments and 10% to savings. So as you start budgeting, as you're looking at your debt management, you want to consider all of those things. The other step 2 in debt management is paying early. So I don't know if you like me, like most people, I don't really pay my bills early. I pay them when I get paid. So that could be before my deadlines or shortly after my deadlines. If you notice that you're paying your bills and they're always late, you do have the option to call your creditors to renegotiate your due dates. I know it's kind of weird when we don't get paid either every week or once a month. I happen to get paid bi-weekly, so every other week. So my payday is not always on the 1st. My payday is not always on the 15th. But if you can look at what your paydays look like, you can kind of determine if you need to reset and recalibrate the due dates on your bills. And most of your creditors, guys, will allow you to change your due dates at least once per year. So just remember that you have that as a tool. Thank you, Miss Beverly. Hey, Cousin Terrence. Hey, Cousin Pat. Thank y'all for being here. Hey, Dawn. Thank you, cuz. So what else? Part 3 to debt management is reducing high interest debt first. So you know how a lot of people tell you pay off the highest credit card first, and then you move to the next one and the next one and the next one. So when you guys are doing that, look at what your interest rates are. Because some people are paying 20% interest on these credit cards. Some people are paying 6%. Some people are paying 5%. So it's all over the place. I am an advocate of paying the most expensive stuff first. Because as soon as you can get that off your plate, then you can put that money towards some other debt. Any questions so far? I know I was rattling stuff off real fast.
No, that's pretty straightforward.
MD, any thoughts?
He's not on right now.
Oh, he's gone? He left me.
He'll have to call back in.
Okay, he left me.
So, MD, if you listening, call back in.
He left me, Lord. He left me. He left me all alone. No. It's all in fun, y'all. Hey, Miss Felicia. Hey, Cousin Kanisha. Miss Felicia, thank you, girl. Thank you. I started off the show thanking talking about how I was feeling about being 49 today. I am just beyond blessed, beyond measure. Y'all see my crew is in here.
Today. I am beyond blessed, beyond measure.
So yeah, I am. Thank you, Miss Felicia. I have to call you later. I'm gonna call you later. So here's another thing about debt management. Guys, it's really important that we pay our debt on time. The reason that is such a big deal is because when we are being rated by the credit agencies, they are looking at if you're paying your stuff on time or not. And if you are like me and it gets paid, but it don't get paid right when they say it needs to be paid, that has a negative impact on your credit score. You will lose credit points because you're paying late. Now, what's considered late? Anything after the due date is late. I understand we all know about grace periods and all of that, but even if you pay it in the grace period window, it's still considered and deemed late, even though it's paid in the grace period. So they start deducting points when they see a habit of you being late. So it really, really does behoove us to pay our bills on time. I am really struggling with that because, again, I don't get paid the 1st of every month or the 15th of every month. I don't even get paid on the 30th of every month. So I'm trying to, really build my accounts and build my savings. So I actually have the money where stuff can just come out when it's supposed to. And I can set up the automatic drafts, but I just have not been a fan of that. But as I've been walking through with my financial advisor, he is giving me a lot of tips and tools to get myself more in line with being okay with this automatic draft stuff coming out of my account. I don't know about you, but it's weird, isn't it?
It is. Auto draft is one of them things I'm still getting used to because I feel like I'm getting robbed every single time. Like every day. I mean, it could be stuff as simple as just like streaming services, like
exactly
Netflix, Hulu, all of them. Like every time that money come out, like they just took some money out today. It took $25 out. I was like, wait a minute.
And who told them to do that? Right.
Yeah. Like, it feels like I'm getting jacked every single time. So, I'm still getting used to the auto draft thing. I prefer to pay go in and actually pay my stuff.
I do too. I prefer to, mom does bill pay because, with Social Security, you get your check the same time every month. And so because she gets her money at the end of the month, we've had to reset her due dates because she gets her stuff at the end of the month instead of the beginning of the month. And so we sit down and we go through bill pay and everything goes through bill pay. I prefer that, because I'm just that gives me control over what's coming out and when it's coming out. And it's crazy to me when they actually do an auto draft because even though I have to agree to it, it's like, oh, and then I have to remember, make sure that this money is in the account on this specific day. That'd be the thing because when you, and again, we're all living check to check because of the way that this world is set up, but it's just weird because thank you, Lord, for giving us the money to pay the bill. But just to remember that on this date, I need $150 more in this account so these 3 bills can come out. That's just crazy to me. Yes, Miss Dawn, it is a grace period. The grace periods are a pass to pay late, but then you get penalized for using the grace period. So if y'all are like me, I don't like penalties, so I'm trying to get out of that habit of paying during the grace period and actually paying before the due date. How does this impact my credit? Well, I already started telling you guys this. So here's the gist. Recurring late or missed payments, excessive credit utilization. So let me back up. Recurring late or missed payments. If you always paying late and if you missing payments, your credit number goes down. And I know that seems like it should make sense, but that does not make sense to a lot of people because we get in the trap of paying during the grace period time. So let's get out of that trap and just remember, when you pay late all the time and when you miss payments all the time, it will jack up your credit score in a negative manner. Second piece of this, excessive credit utilization or not using a credit card for a long time is also a negative connotation. So let me explain that. As part of my financial education over the last few months, because I'm also getting ready to buy a house. And so I had not been using credit cards. I had been using my debit card for everything, only to find out that even though I'm paying credit off, that's a good thing, but I'm not establishing new lines of credit. That's a bad thing. So I'm underutilizing my credit potential. So one of my counselors had me actually open up a new line of credit with a secured card, just so I could reestablish and show that I'm actually using credit wisely. So, and then here's the thing with that. Once you establish the new account, you want to only use about 20% of it. So if it's a $200 card, you want to charge $40, pay off the $40. Don't keep charging, just pay it off. Then the next month, charge another $40. Pay it off before the due date. So then you're establishing good credit and you're not using too much of the credit. So you have to learn how to play the game. When they say underutilization, they mean you're not using the credit that you have at your disposal. So you get a negative report because you're not using it. When they say overutilization, it means that you're not being a good steward of the credit. You're actually using the credit too much. So if your limit is $200 and you're always spending $200 or more, that's overutilization. So then what that looks like is you're just always living above your means, basically. Kind of think about it like that. So when you're playing the game, you always want to be in that kind of 20% mark. So use 20% of what the credit limit is. Pay it off immediately when it's time for you that month to pay your bill. Pay that bill on time, so that way it starts reporting positively, and then you'll see you're increasing your scores.
And also real quick, so there's an app called Kickoff that I use.
I was just gonna say that.
Kickoff adds a line of credit to your credit. And you pay it every month like a Netflix subscription. I think it's like $20 a month. And it actually goes towards that line of credit and showing that positive payment history.
Okay. So you said Kickoff?
Kickoff.
Okay, let me put that in the chat.
I think it's KIKOFF. Let me double check that though.
So we'll put that in the chat, guys. We will put that in the chat. So those kind of things, and I did research that one. Mm-hmm. It really is a good program because it actually reports to all 3 credit bureaus. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's a low cost. Like I want to say it was $20 or $25.
I pay $20 a month.
Okay. So it's like $20 a month. You start it, and as you make the $20 payments, they're helping you establish and build credit. KIKOFF?
Yep, KIKOFF.
And we have posted that. KIKOFF. Okay. We have posted that in the comments, so you guys can go check that out. The other thing you want to think about is once your credit limit lowers, it is easy for you to have a low credit score. It is so tough to rebuild it. So that's why we wanted to spend some time today talking about what all of this looks like. So as you pay off different debt accounts, don't just restart using them. You want to make sure that you're only using a certain percentage of your disposable income. So the key that they were telling me as I've been preparing to buy the house is, again, 20%. You don't want to be spending more than 20% of your income on debt. So as you pay stuff off, just be mindful not to fall in the trap again, because you want to keep building. You don't want to keep creating negatives for yourself. So as you pay off one, that's a positive. Don't go back. And then you want to start being smart about what kind of credit you're opening. I know we all get brand loyal, and so we have the Macy's card, the Gap card, the what's that other one? Banana Republic. Yeah, Nordstrom. We have all of those cards. And honestly, I'm just saying, do we really need all of those brand loyal cards? If you have 2 or 3 credit cards, that should cover you. You shouldn't need 5 different store brand cards. That yes, you have the credit, but you're making it harder for yourself because now you have too many lines open. So each one of those accounts is a credit line. And then if you have too many lines open, that decreases your score as well. So you want to be smart about the lines of credit that you're opening. What they were telling me as I was getting the house, you want 1 credit card, maybe 2. And that was it. They ain't say nothing to me about, oh, you need a store credit card, you need a regular credit card, and you need 1, maybe 2, depending on what your income is. And then those utility accounts, that counts as a line of credit as well, because you actually have to get your credit score read when you open up those accounts. So that's the other reason you want to pay your monthly bills on time, is because those actually report to your credit bureaus too. Your health bills, that's a whole nother ball of wax. If you have unpaid health bills, I'm going to tell you, just from experience and from past jobs that I've had where I've been helping people out. If you are having problems paying medical bills, you want to talk to those people, because if you are under a certain income, there are programs that will help you with the medical debt. Um, Everybody can't pay medical bills. Even when you have insurance, it's hard to pay all of these medical bills. So just understand that you can always call and negotiate your medical bills. You can make payments. If you fall under a certain income, there are programs that can be used to assist you with helping the payment of medical bills, utility bills, and all of these other things. So there are ways to help you manage your debt. Um, let's see what else. That's been a lot, huh?
That is a lot.
Didn't realize I was covering all of that. But again, guys, we just want to be smarter about what kind of debt we're taking, when we take the debt, and then want to give you these quick tools real quick too. So the 5 C's of credit. The 5 C's of credit. Capacity. That is when you're assessing your debt to income ratio. So based on your income and your debt, that determines the capacity of the amount of credit you can have. As I've been going through this process with the house, it's wonderful that I make a great salary. Thank you, Lord. But it's wonderful that you make a great salary, but in conjunction with the salary, they actually do ask you, what all debt are you paying every month? What expenses do you have every month? Because that determines your debt to income ratio. If that ratio is too high, you can't get a home loan. If that ratio is too high, you can't even get a car loan. So that's the other reason I'm telling you guys, as we're walking through debt management and you're paying off stuff, be very wary and very careful of reopening lines of debt, because you have to take into consideration your debt to income ratio. And we're not going to even talk about what that looks like when you involve student loans, because student loans are a whole nother ball of wax. Only 30% of your income can be used to pay toward to pay toward the student loans when you're going through the house buying process. They earmark 30% of your income for your student loans. So if you're like me and you have a lot of student loans, that is going to impact the amount of money that you can get for the house that you want. So just kind of keep all of this in mind, but we're not going to touch that. But that's what capacity is. It is assessing your debt to income ratio. Capital. Capital indicates the ability to repay a lender. So when they're looking at your capital, they're looking at, can you repay this amount of money that they're giving you? If you cannot, they're not going to loan that to you. They're not going to give you that credit. Conditions. Conditions refers to loan terms and economic conditions. So when you say conditions, that means they are looking at what are the things that are going to impact you as a consumer paying that credit off. So will you be able to, with the current climate that we live in, to pay the bills that you are accumulating? That's what conditions refers to. Character. Character is based on your credit history. In your credit history, do you have a good number, an average number, or a low number? Good number means they can take a credit risk on you. They can give you the credit line. Average, they may give it to you, but they're not going to give you what they give people with good credit. It'll have some stipulations. The low, you ain't getting nothing. And if you do get it, it's going to be so high and cost you so much. So we want to make sure that we are moving ourselves out of the low range into average and into high. So just kind of understand that's what character means when you're thinking about the 5 C's of credit. And the last one is collateral. So collateral is the asset pledged back to the loan. So when they say collateral, that's like if you don't repay, you know how back in the day people had loan sharks and stuff like that, and if you didn't pay the loan shark either came after you as a person or after whatever you pledged for collateral. So your car, your house, whatever amount of money, your life. So collateral. Don't go pawning grandma's, heirloom ring because you can't pay that car note. Like, think about that. Collateral is stuff that is of value to you, but you pledged it to back whatever credit that you were seeking. So those are the 5 C's: capacity, capital, conditions, character, and collateral. All right, that's kind of a lot for this piece of the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want you guys to call in. The number is 214
556
556
6239.
6239. Thank you, Gabe, because I couldn't see that, right?
I know. You was over here fighting for your life. I saw you.
Tell them one more time, Gabe.
214 556 6239.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. So we had a question in the comments about low credit scores. So I'm gonna read you off what the credit scores are, but just so you understand, right now anything under a 620 is considered low. And the reason 620 is the magic number is because that's where your score has to be in order for you to qualify for different home loans and stuff. So anything 620 and under is bad.
So, real quick.
Uh huh.
So, is it? I believe, and I could be wrong about this. It may be different for first time home buyers when it comes to home buying specifically. Because I heard it's 580.
Depends on which program that you're entered into as a first time home buyer.
Got you. Okay.
For Fannie Mae government programs is 620.
Got you. Okay.
But what happens is it had been 580 for a long time, and really it was like 600, and then it went up to 620, and then it went back to 600, and then it went down to 580. Depending on the first time home buyer program that you're in, it could still be a 580.
Got you. Okay.
But if you want to qualify, I can't talk. Sorry, guys. Qualify for like FHA, government programs like the U.S. What's the rural home one?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the
I
acronym.
can't remember the name.
But the rural homes, the FHA loans, Fannie Mae's. Thank you, Carrie, Neil. Thanks, no happy birthday to you too, player. He was last week.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday.
So, but the 620 is where you just kind of want to be just on GP, just in case. 580s are acceptable depending on the program, but if you go for the 620, that kind of opens you up for other things.
Got you. Okay. That makes sense.
So a credit score can range from 300 to 850. So what is considered poor is 300 to 579. Fair is 580 to 669. Good is 670 to 739. Very good is 740 to 799. And excellent is 800 to 650. So we'll post that in the chat. But that is so a 300 to 850. Like I remember when a great credit score was 700.
Yeah.
So and again that has changed again. And then
they had 800.
I didn't know that either until I was researching for this show. And it kind of freaked me out because I was like, every time you think that you have arrived, they change it.
They move the goalposts. Yep.
So I'm saying all of this to say, y'all, we owe it to ourselves to have us some buying power and be able to play in the game. Let's get our credit scores where they need to be. If you're at a 5 something, aim for the 6s. If you're at the 6s, aim for the 7s. If you're at the 7s, aim for the 8. But we just owe it to ourselves based on how this world is shaking out to do better and be better. So 300 to 850. 300 is poor. 580 is fair. 670 is good. 740 is very good. 800 is excellent. So let's just do a better job and work toward that.
Absolutely.
So I hope that answers your question, Miss Dawn. Because I mean, it's just so much out here and so much going on. And again, we as people of color, I'm gonna put it like that, we as people of color seem to always be at the short end of the stick because we don't have the information. We don't know how to make the information work for us. And that's one of the reasons MD and I decided to focus this month on, with Financial Literacy Month, focus this month on these topics. We just want to make sure that we can all play on the same playing field. Hey, Gabe, can you give us the number one more time as I'm typing this information in?
Yes, it's 214 556 6239.
One more time.
214 556 6239.
All right, guys. Give us a call if you have a question. Type it in the chat. We're on all of the social media platforms tonight, I believe. I didn't see any errors when we went live, so I think we're on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I hope we're on everything. I think YouTube and Facebook are good, and Instagram might be tripping. I don't know why Instagram trips so much, and they part of Facebook.
I think it's the format of the video because it's a wide shot. We can get into that later, but
I'm just
I know,
saying.
I know why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just think that's crazy. That's craziness. All right, so 7 steps to more effectively managing and reducing your debt. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Number 1, take account of your accounts.
Mm.
What do you think that means?
Know your numbers.
Know your numbers. So when you take account of your accounts, that means that you are physically making a decision to understand everything that you have out there that you are expensing. So how many bills do you have that you're paying every month? Do you know how many you have? Do you know the amounts of those accounts? Do you know if you are carrying any balances on those accounts? So that's what that means. Take account of your accounts. Number 2, check your credit report.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why you need to check your credit report?
Because it changes monthly.
Not only that, that is a good answer. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Tyler, you got
So Taylor like, I'm just taking notes tonight. So the reason you want to check your credit report is because you can have information on your credit report that doesn't even belong to you. It is not accurate. Case in point, my name is Adrienne Nicole McCoy. When I was married, my name was Adrienne Nicole Walker. Somehow, some way, there is an Adrienne Walker in some city in California that I can't even pronounce. I don't live in California, never have lived in California, and it has taken me 8 years to get that information removed from my credit report because it is listed as an address of mine on my credit report, which means any credit account that is tied to that address could possibly be on my credit report. So, the reason you want to check your credit report is because you want to make sure the information is accurate. Is your name right? Are your addresses right? And it actually pulls historical addresses as well. So, if you didn't never live in Colorado, you want to get that moved off your report. Then you want to check the actual accounts that are listed. If you are a person that has ever filed bankruptcy and something was discharged with your bankruptcy, it should not still be showing on your credit report. So you want to make sure that if that is the case for you, that information is accurate on your credit report. There are certain things that are not supposed to be on your credit report past 7 years. You want to make sure of that. You want to make sure that your credit lines are reporting accurately. If you know you've paid your bills on time and all of a sudden you've got one down here that's showing that you were late 30 days or 60 days and you know you paid it on time, you need to call that creditor. So those are the reasons that you need to check your credit report. Number 3, look for opportunities to consolidate. I'm going to tell you, especially in the case of student loans, it is easier to account for your student loans when you consolidate them all under one loan. So you want to take the time to consolidate your student loans so you don't have, 4 loans reporting. You can consolidate them into one loan so you only have one loan payment and one loan reporting on your credit. You can consolidate other like-minded loans as well. So take a stab at consolidating any kind of debt that you can consolidate. One payment instead of many. Yes, ma'am.
Does consolidating your student loans mess up kind of any payment plans or payments you've already made?
It would not mess up the payments you've already made. What it will do is once you consolidate, you know how when you're making your loan payments, if you have group A, B, C, D, blah, 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 you should be able to make one payment. But when you don't consolidate them, it looks like you're making 5 payments. But what happens is, say you got them all consolidated into one, but they're still showing up separately on your credit report, it could look like you have defaulted when in reality you have consolidated. So when you consolidate, what they do is take group A, B, and C, put it into one loan. So now you only have this loan for your student loans and not A, B, and C. I had gotten up to, because I've been in school forever, I had like A, B, C, and D. Then I had E, F, G, and H. And when I consolidated, they only consolidated A through D. So I had A through D consolidated. So I had that loan. And then I had E, F, G, and H still showing as. So then I called and was like, I just want to consolidate everything. So I'm just throwing out some figures. I ain't going to tell y'all how much I owe. So I went from, A, B, C, and D represented 10,000, and then E was another 5, F was another 6, G was another 8, and then H was 10. So it looked like I had all of that, right? So when they consolidated it the last time, now instead of having 40 and then 10, 5, 8, and 10, now I have 40 plus another 40. So now I have just one $80,000 loan that I'm making a new payment on. And then when you consolidate, they give you the one payment to make toward that consolidated loan. So you're no longer making multiple payments. You're only making the one. Does that make sense? I hope I answered your question. Okay. Number 4, be honest about your spending. The reason that's important is it goes back to your budgeting. When we sit down and we track our budget for that whole month, that allows us to be honest about what we're spending and where. So when you're doing your debt management and you're trying to reduce your debt, if you are being honest about what you're spending, you'll know what categories you need to spend less, what categories you need to pay more attention to. You'll know how many debt accounts you actually have. Like when I sat down and wrote out all of my accounts, I was like, how did I get 20 accounts? Like I didn't even realize I was paying that many debt accounts. I really didn't. And so when me and Mom got into, the mode where we decided to pay stuff off, that's how we were able to really focus our efforts and start ticking stuff off the list. But if I hadn't have written it down, if she hadn't have written it down, we wouldn't have known she had, 4 credit cards, 4 brand cards, 2 debt accounts over here. I had like 3 credit cards, and like 8 different loan accounts. I didn't even remember signing up for these loans. Must have happened during COVID because I did not remember. Like, I really didn't. And so, but because I got honest about what I was spending, I was able to start moving money around and making everything else happen. Um, determine 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, determine how much you have to pay. So again, that goes back to the budgeting and being honest about what you're spending. Once you do all of that, you can determine, okay, now I do have, an extra $300 over here that I can play with that's not going to hurt me. And then I can put that toward one of these debt accounts. So that's why determining how much you have to pay is important, because after you sit down with your budget, now, based on your budget, based on the tracking, you have this to do. Figure out how much extra you can budget. Again, that's number 6. Because you've done your budgeting, you know how much extra you have to play with. And number 7, determine your debt reduction strategy. Your debt reduction strategy is basically how you're going to move forward in doing this debt management play. What steps are you going to take to pay off your debt? Are you going to pay the big stuff first, or are you going to pay the little stuff first? Like, that's kind of what they're talking about. And then also remember, liquidity is key. And all that means is you want to keep the proper amount of liquid assets, because that helps you manage your current level of debt and how you pay it. So that's all I have for tonight.
I'm excited. I love it.
Any
That's why
questions?
I don't really have no questions. I feel like you provided all the right information, and it goes along with what I'm already doing. So, and it was some helpful tips that were added. So I appreciate this whole talk.
Well, we just here to serve and be helpful.
That's a fact.
Miss Taylor, do you have any additional questions for tonight?
No, I think that's it. Just a lot to think about and work on. And hopefully over time, I can put these to good use.
Girl, we gonna put it to good use, because I'm putting it to good use. And you got more time than I had. So I just don't want people to end up like me. I am 49 today, y'all. It's my birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. Yeah, 'cause we partying tonight. Well, not tonight, Saturday. So, okay, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for lighting up the chat tonight, fam and friends. Yeah, I said I was gonna post the credit scores, but I'll just have to do another post through the Facebook or something. So it was just me tonight, y'all. I couldn't keep up typing, and plus it's my birthday. So, all right, y'all. Peace out, family. We'll join you guys next week, same time, same channel. Oh, same debt time, same debt channel. See y'all next week, 9 o'clock. Peace.